Hi students, in this video I'll be going through a few questions on how we can add and subtract algebraic fractions. Alright, so let's take a look at the question. Alright, so we are asked to express the following. Okay, so all these fractions, okay, as a single fraction in its simplest form. Okay, in other words, they want us to combine these two fractions. One of it is 3x over 4 and the other one is 2 times x minus 4 over 3 into a single fraction. Okay, so we know that in order to add or subtract fractions, the denominator must be the same. Right, so in this case, one of the denominator is a 4 and the other one is a 3. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to turn both of them into the lowest common multiple of 4 and 3. Right, so we know that the lowest common multiple of 4 and 3 is 12. Okay, 4, 8, 12, and then 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, so the smallest multiple of 3 and 4 is 12. So we are going to turn both of these denominators into 12. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Right, so for the first fraction, we got to multiply by 3 to turn the 4 into a 12. Okay, and for fraction, whatever you do for the denominator, you must do the same thing for the numerator. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, so we are going to multiply the top by 3 and then the bottom, we're going to multiply by 3. Okay, so now the denominator is 12 already. Okay, then for the second fraction, in order to make the denominator 12, we need to multiply it by 4. Okay, so we are going to multiply it by 4. Okay, then you see what happens to the numerator. Okay, so we are going to multiply the whole numerator by 4. Okay, so we're going to write it this way. All right. Okay, so 4 times 2 is later on going to become 8 lah. All right. Okay, so once the denominator is the same, so both are 12 already. 3 times 4 and 4 times 3 is the same, right? Okay, so now you can just write the whole thing as 12. Okay, then what my common practice is that we just copy the numerator as it is first. Okay, don't expand the brackets yet. Okay, but if you want to expand for this case, quite simple, become 9x. That's fine. Okay, then this sign will follow, so negative. Okay, then we have 4 times 2 x minus 4. Okay, so over here we have this. Okay, then now we will simplify the top, right? So 3 times 3x will become 9x. Okay, this is where you must be careful. So negative 4 times 2. Okay, so it becomes a negative 8 x minus 4. Okay, be sure not to multiply this 4 into the x minus 4 also, because if you do so, then you are multiplying it twice, all right? So basically, you can think of this 4, and if you think of this whole thing as an apple, okay, 4 times of the apple will just become, okay, so we think of the x minus 4 as an apple, right? So, okay, maybe we do it this way, it will be clearer. Okay, we think about this as an apple, Okay, so inside this bracket, we have 2 apples. So 4 times 2 apples should become 8 apples only, right? Okay, so not don't times the 4 inside as the brackets as well. Okay, then now we can open up the bracket. Okay, so we have 9x. Okay, negative 8 times x, so negative 8x. Negative 8 times negative 4. So always good to read out as you do the question. Okay, but of course don't read out so loud lah. Okay, in the exam you can't be talking, right? Okay, but if you read out, then you will be sure not to make mistake with the sign. Alright, so over here, now we have our answer, 9x minus 8x, so we get x plus 32. Alright, so this will be the answer for question 1A. 2 over 12. Alright, so here we have it. Alright, let's move on to the second question. Okay, so the second question, inside the or in the denominator, we have some algebraic terms, okay, instead of just numbers. So let's observe the denominator. So over here we have x plus 4 times x minus 3. Over here we have x minus 3. Okay, so remember our objective is just to make the denominator the same. Okay, so if you think about it, the easiest way to make the denominator the same would be to add in the x plus 4 for the second term. Okay, then the denominator will be the same as the first term already. So in this case, you don't have to do anything to the first term, right? So we will have 3x plus 5 over x plus 4, x minus 3. Okay, so we are going to add in x plus 4 for the second term. Okay, so remember, whatever you add in, whatever you do for the denominator, you must do the same thing for the numerator. Right? Okay, so very quickly, once we have the same denominator, we can combine together already. So we have x minus 3. Okay, so remember what I told you earlier? Okay, just copy whatever you have. Numerator, bring down, minus sign. Okay, don't open the bracket yet, okay? Okay, then you won't make mistake with the sign. Okay, just copy everything, okay? From the first step. Okay, then now we can expand and simplify. Okay, so we have 3x plus 5, negative 2 times x, so negative 2x, negative 2 times 4, so we have negative 8, right? So read out as you do, then you won't make mistake. Okay, so 3x minus 2x, you get x only. 5 minus 8, so you get negative 3. Alright, then for this question, do you realize something? You have a x minus 3 term on top and x minus 3 term below, right? Okay, so based on our experience in simplified algebraic fraction, we can actually cancel these two terms off. Okay, so you are left with 1 over x plus 4, right? Okay, so this will be the answer. Okay, so you have 1 over x plus 4. All right, let's take a look at question C. Okay, so over here we have 4a minus 1. For the second term, we have the denominator 3a plus 1. So our objective is to make the denominator the same. Okay, so for this case, since the first term, right, is lacking the 3a plus 1, okay, what we'll do is we'll add in the 3a plus 1. Okay, but whatever we do at the uh, uh, denominator, we do the same thing for the numerator, all right? Okay, then the next one. Okay, so now for the second one, okay, the denominator it has 3a plus 1 already, so we add in the 4a minus 1. So we have a 2. Okay, so we are adding in 4a minus 1. Okay, so 4a minus 1, right? Okay, so now the denominators are the same. Okay. Okay, then we can now combine them together. Okay, so write as per normal first. Don't open the bracket. Okay, so this will be actually a good practice. Okay, okay, then after that, okay, next step, then open the bracket, all right? Okay, then you won't make mistake. Okay, so be careful. 3a times 3, you have 9a squared. Okay, 3a times 1, you have 3a. Okay, negative 2 times 4a, negative 8a. Negative 2 times negative 1, you have positive 2. Right, so from here, okay, we will have, okay, 9a squared. Okay, 3a minus 8a, you have negative 5a, okay, then plus 2. Right, so this will be the answer. Okay, so let's write the answer in the answer space. Okay, so we have, okay, 4a minus 1, 3a plus 1, okay, 9a squared minus 5a plus 2, right? Right, so not too difficult, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this question. Okay, so this question over here for the first term, the denominator is 3 minus 2x squared. Okay, so if you think about it, this 3 minus 2x squared, right, is actually 3 minus 2x, 3 minus 2x, all right? Okay, then the second term, okay, let me draw a straight line. Okay, then the second term, right? Okay, we have 3 minus 2x already. Okay, so to make the denominator the same, what we need to do is to add in another 3 minus 2x for the second term. Okay, so that would be enough to make the denominator the same already. All right, so you don't have to make the denominators to become 3 minus 2x cubed. All right, okay? All right, then once they are the same, we can combine them together. Okay, this one, the denominator, you can change it to back to this, okay? Okay, the same thing, copy x down, negative down, 5, 3 minus 2x, right? Okay, then we'll have, okay, 3 minus 2x squared. Okay, same thing, open bracket, negative 5 times 3, negative 15, negative 5 times negative 2x plus 10x. All right, then now we will have 11x minus 15. All right, so this will be the answer. Okay, so let's write it down in the answer space. X minus t. All right. Okay, one last question. Okay, so over here for question part E, the denominator is x minus 4 squared. Okay, so let me divide it first. Okay, so as we know, x minus 4 squared will be x minus 4 times x minus 4, right? Okay, for the second term, right? Okay, you notice that the denominator is 4 minus x. Okay, so now we need to ask ourselves this question. How is 4 minus x related to x minus 4? Okay, they are definitely not equal, right? Okay, if you assume x to be a number, let's say like 2, 4 minus 2 is not the same as 2 minus 4. One is 2, the other one is negative 2, right? Okay, so how can we make them equal? Okay, so the trick is to add in the negative sign here. Okay, so you can see negative 1 times x get you negative x. Okay, then negative 1 times negative 4, you get your positive 4. So now they are equal. So what we are going to do here is we are going to replace this 4 minus x over here with negative x minus 4. Okay, why are we going to do that? Because you can see here over here we have 2x minus 4 times x minus 4. So now we want to manufacture a common factor over here. All right. Okay. So remember our objective is to make the denominator the same in the simplest possible way. Okay. So now what is the compensation we need to make? Negative times negative, so will become positive, right? So that's the compensation we need to make. Okay. So it's going to become positive, right? 1 over x minus 4. Okay, then we want to make the denominator the same. So remember here is lacking 1x minus 4. So we add in, then we will have to put it on top. All right? Okay, then now the denominator is the same. We can combine. Okay, both the denominators are x minus 4 times x minus 4. So we can just write as x minus 4 squared. Then we have 3 plus 1 times x minus 4, right? Right? Okay, so now we can expand and simplify. So we have x minus 4 squared. So 3 plus x, 1 times negative 4 minus 4. Okay, so we will have minus 4 squared. Okay, x here, 3 minus 4 get negative 1. So this will be the answer. Right, so you can see that to add algebraic fractions, it's not that difficult. Add or subtract algebraic fraction is not that difficult. We just have to make the denominator the same. Okay, then after that, once the denominator is the same, you can then combine them together. Okay, so always remember this is very important step. Okay, always do this step. All right, write it, copy down as per normal first, then expand the bracket, and then you won't make mistake with the sign. Okay, always do this step. Okay, this step very important step. Okay, copy as per normal first, then open the bracket. Okay, don't try to open the bracket and combine at the same time. Okay, if not, you may make mistakes. Right?